The weather reports were great. They gave us a warning on it, but as the water started getting higher and higher, it was getting a little scary. We've always had some water problems in the basement, and so we always kept everything at least a foot up off the floor, and that was always sufficient. But and it wasn't until maybe about 7:30 at night I kept checking about every 15 minutes, and nothing was happening, and I was getting, okay, this is all right. And then about 7:30ish, we started getting some little trickles coming in from the neighboring buildings, and it just didn't stop. So all this time I'm trying to carry as much stuff up off, we didn't have anything on the floor, but up this back stairs, because it looked like it was going to just keep getting higher and higher. And when we came in the morning and went down into the basement, the steps going down there was probably about 3 feet high. We figured we lost about $20,000 in merchandise. Found out through the city officials about the FCEDC, and that they were offering some loans, and they were very helpful. And so we got a $20,000 loan. Low interest rate. I think it was 2 years to pay it off. The main thing is that, in my case, they were right there to help us out when we really needed something like that.
Jack's Team Sports has been here for a long time. Of course, Jack had it for 27 years before we took over last May. And before that, it was a sporting goods store also. So there's been a downtown sporting goods store for decades here in Fond du Lac. It is primarily a baseball, softball store. Jack had really built up a great baseball, softball store, best in the state.
The Community Development Specialist is a secondary staff person in our municipalities. In a lot of our other areas, specifically over the last 3 years in Ripon, Waupun, and North Fond du Lac, we've been able to provide those community development services. So what that has been is not just providing assistance to businesses, it's looking at how can we be a secondary staff person within the municipality? How can we provide those community development services? So is it things like TIF, tax increment financing, business improvement districts, downtown areas? How can we focus on being another staff person, a liaison to businesses through the city or the village? In our partnerships, and why they're so essential, is that we really form that team. And there's a coach or there's the captain of the team, but we really form that cohesiveness where we all are, kind of all of our pieces fit together, and we maybe make that puzzle complete.
Waupun is known as the city of sculpture, and we have the largest amount of statues per capita in the United States. One of the unique challenges Waupun faces is that half of our properties in Waupun are tax exempt. We have to find whatever opportunity is out there for us to continue to provide the services our residents expect and to still keep our tax rate low. We've been partners with FCEDC for the past 14 years, and we use them a lot. And most recently is the Market Fresh Foods now coming to Waupun. We only had 2 grocery stores in Waupun, and when one suddenly up and left, we were left with 1. And we knew that we needed to do something in the community to bring that back. We're large enough that we need at least 2 grocery stores.
We've taken advantage of many of the training opportunities that the Economic Development Corporation has provided us. One of major importance was the Community Development Preparedness training with Melissa Hunt's services. She's provided us a pathway for economic development revitalization for our downtown, which has been very important, very successful.
I found the Fond du Lac Economic Development online and contacted Owen Rock, who was extremely helpful. He invited me down to meet with City Administrator Kyle Clark, and we had a very good meeting, and they both had the same goal in mind. They both have the community and the county development in mind, and for the better of both the workforce and the people who live here. It's very visual when you walk in the door, and everything's low profile so that you're getting a good vision of everything out there. We also keep the product well stocked but not overstocked.
Camel Sport is a community that crossed the barrier, become a 2,000 population community with the last census. Basically, we've always been a bedroom community with most of the people working outside of our village. We think that the quality of workers in this area give us one-upsmanship over some other areas possibly. And we do have decent recreational areas to our east, and the fact we're located right off the Kettle Moraine. And we do have parks in our community and a library in our community and a fire department in our community that we're very proud of. So then we started looking at properties around the community where we could develop an industrial district. It's located in the southwest corner of Camelsport. It comprises 57 available acres, of which the current time the village owns just over 21 acres. We have the utilities brought to the property now, and we are willing to develop the property in whatever manner the customer would like us to develop it in. We as a small municipality who don't do this on a regular basis don't have the opportunity to learn other than the hard way, and it's better to go to somebody and learn it the easy way.